Good morning. This is Rick Ackerman, editor and publisher of Rick's Picks, with a live market analysis. A couple of things I want to talk about. We've just had a lunatic spasm in the markets. This was caused by a Trump tweet that has suggested that they're going to delay by a couple of months tariffs that would have affected laptops for one, and some electronics. This has had a huge impact on the tech-heavy NASDAQ index, which let me show you the spasm that has taken place in it. Monster move here. And as today's headline suggests, I don't entirely trust this move. There's no question, though, that between now and the next trade meeting in a couple of weeks between U.S. trade representatives and China's reps, the market will have perhaps a somewhat buoyant tone. I did promise a possible trade. This would be a scalp trade that you could do, and it's something that might trigger today. Let me show you. This is what is called a mechanical trade. It is a piece of the hidden pivot method. And if I can just get this thing to show you the whole pattern, the target in the E-mini S&Ps is up at 2963. And the idea here is to bid 2914.75 at the red line there, with the stop loss equal to a third of the distance between where we're getting in, the red line, and 2963, the blue line. That will automatically fix risk reward in relationship of 1 to 2. And your stop loss, let me get this for you. I did post it in my chat room. It would be, let's see, a stop at 28.9850. So again, let me take you back to the chart here. And this is just for today. I'd call it a scalp trade. Again, we're bidding 2914.75 with a 29, I think, what I just say, 89 and a half stop loss. Let me remind you that trading in futures has considerable risk, and you should always check with your broker on the suitability of your account to doing this type of trade. There is also a micro contract in the E-mini S&Ps, which would have about a tenth of the risk. But here we're risking about $600 or so per contract, just to put it in perspective. I mentioned also that I would introduce the Big Trouble Index. This is something that I put out in my own trading room, and it is a compilation of 3 components. Number 1, long gold. Number 2, long treasuries. And number 3, short stocks. And as of this morning, relative to last night when I first benchmarked these 3 futures contracts, the Big Trouble Index was pretty profitable, but with this gastric release that we've just had on the Trump tweet, everything is kind of reversed, and the markets are acting as though all were right with the world. We've had the bonds, the flight to safety effect, go in reverse, a huge exodus out of bonds. Let me show you what that looks like. You can see quite a sell-off from this morning's top, but we're recovering somewhat. And also the E-mini S&Ps, which were up a little bit, 6 or 7 points last night. They came down this morning, but they've had this huge rally. And gold has also given up a very nice rally. You can see it came down really sharply. It's recovered about a little less than half of what it lost. I just noticed myself that a 1553 target that I was using in gold it's no longer valid. But again, the Big Trouble Index is a position that is essentially short the E-mini S&Ps, long gold, and long T-bond futures. So over time, I'm going to track that just to see where it stands. But the big trouble, as far as I can surmise, is going to come from Hong Kong. And even though not too long ago I had this down as just a protest, it'll come and go, I think it's going to be a lot more than that. And let's just say the flight to safety has somewhat abated this morning on the Trump tweet, but you're going to have a lot of Hong Kong money exiting. When you think of where it could go, U.S. T-bonds are a natural and very logical place. So I think that there's going to be a nice cushion under bonds. And I think also perception of risk. When we talk about Hong Kong businesses closing up shop and moving elsewhere, it's not necessarily going to happen in an orderly way. So there could be enough of a panic, and I think it's unsettling enough of the global economic picture and financial edifice that we should look to gold. Finally, after years of lassitude, of kind of inertia responding to real crises, I think gold could respond this time. So on this particular day, with the Dow up 339 points at the moment and having been up over 500 points, the risk of this Hong Kong business escalating is being, I think, considerably underestimated. So let me mention that if you want to get into Rick's Picks a little deeper, that you need only go to rickackerman.com. That's my homepage. And at the top of the page, just leave your name, email address, and click Start My Free Subscription. You'll get a 2-week free trial that will give you access to all of the features and services. You'll be able to listen in on the chat room, the trading room. It's a place that draws great traders from all around the world. There's a companion room called the Coffee House where the discussion is more informal. So again, rickackerman.com. Just leave your name and address and click the blue button, and you'll be instantly transported into, I would say, another world. No credit card necessary, by the way. And that is about it for today. If you want to receive an email notification of these presentations, just click the like button on the Rick's Picks face page. With that, I'm going to bid you all a very pleasant good day, and keep checking. I may post later in the week, but you all have a good day.